Namaskar. Today we are going to talk about non-duality. The second part of the question is how to attain spiritual enlightenment. Before answering this question, let us understand what is spiritual enlightenment. Generally, spiritual enlightenment is considered to be a far-off state, something that happens to someone after years of strict sadhana or practice. It is seen as a destination where one reaches a certain level and then remains there forever. But actually, spiritual enlightenment is not a destination. It is a state of being. It is a state of inner peace, clarity, and connection. It is a state of being rooted yet soaring, grounded yet free. It is a state of being fully alive and completely at ease. Spiritual enlightenment is not something you achieve once and then possess forever. It is something you experience moment to moment through the quality of your awareness and the depth of your being. So, when we talk about spiritual enlightenment, it is important to remember that it is not a far-off goal, but rather a way of being in the world. Now let's discuss how to attain spiritual enlightenment. First, get to know yourself. Most people do not know who they are. They go through their lives on automatic pilot, following the same old patterns day after day, never questioning who they are or why they are doing what they are doing. This lack of self-awareness leads to suffering. We are like a small fish in a big pond trying to find our way in life without knowing who we are. So the first step in spiritual enlightenment is to start exploring who you are. This can be done through various means such as journaling, meditation, or simply spending time in solitude. By getting to know yourself, you will start to discover your true nature, and this will lead to inner peace and clarity. Second, meditate. Meditation is the most important practice to calm your mind and bring about stillness. When you meditate, you learn to observe your thoughts without judgment. You become aware of your thoughts and emotions without getting carried away by them. You learn to be in the present moment and to appreciate the beauty of life. Through meditation, you develop a deep sense of inner peace and tranquility, which is the foundation of spiritual enlightenment. Third, have faith in yourself and your journey. Faith in oneself is essential for spiritual growth. When you believe in yourself, you trust that you are capable of achieving your goals and overcoming any obstacles that come your way. This faith gives you the courage to take risks, to explore new possibilities, and to live a life that is true to yourself. It also helps you to stay positive and optimistic even when things are tough. Have faith in the journey and trust that everything will work out for the best. Remember, the journey is just as important as the destination. So enjoy the ride and don't worry too much about the outcome. Fourth, detach from the ego. The ego is the part of our mind that creates our identity based on our thoughts, beliefs, and opinions. It is the source of our likes and dislikes, our joys and sorrows, our successes and failures. The ego is constantly comparing ourselves with others and trying to protect our image. This constant comparison and need for protection create a lot of suffering in our lives. So the fourth step in spiritual enlightenment is to start detaching from the ego and its games. Detaching from the ego does not mean that you stop caring about yourself or that you become indifferent to the world around you. It means that you start seeing yourself and the world more clearly and objectively. You start to realize that your identity is not based on your thoughts, beliefs, and opinions, but on something much deeper and more real. As you detach from the ego, you become freer and more at peace. You start to live a life that is more authentic and true to yourself. You also start to see the interconnectedness of all things and the oneness of all beings. This realization leads to the fifth step in spiritual enlightenment, which is letting go. In our lives, we hold on too many things that cause us suffering. These can be material possessions, relationships, ideas, beliefs, and even pain itself. When we hold on to these things tightly, they become a source of stress and anxiety for us. For example, we might think that if we lose our job, we will lose our identity and worth. Or we might think that if our relationship ends, we will never be happy again. Or we might hold on to a belief so tightly that we cannot even consider the possibility that it might be wrong. All of these things cause us unnecessary suffering. The solution is to learn how to let go. Letting go does not mean giving up or being irresponsible. It means releasing the grip of attachment and fear that we have on our lives. When we let go, we free ourselves from the suffering that we have been causing ourselves. We also open ourselves up to new possibilities and experiences. We might find that we are more creative and resourceful than we thought. We might discover new passions and interests. And we might find that we are more resilient and adaptable than we thought. Letting go is not always easy, but it is always worth it. The peace and freedom that we find on the other side of attachment are immeasurable. The sixth step in spiritual enlightenment is to have compassion for all beings. Compassion is the key to opening our hearts and expanding our consciousness. When we feel compassion for all beings, we start to see the interconnectedness of all things. We start to realize that we are all in this together, and that our actions affect not only ourselves, but also others. Compassion leads to kindness, generosity, and service to others. Service to others is the ultimate path to spiritual growth. When we focus our attention on ourselves, we create a limited reality. When we turn our attention outward, we expand our consciousness and see the oneness of all things. As we expand our consciousness, we become more compassionate and more loving. We start to see that there is no separation between ourselves and others. There is only love. This realization leads to the seventh step in spiritual enlightenment, which is merging with the divine. Merging with the divine is the ultimate goal of spiritual enlightenment. When we merge with the divine, we realize that we are one with everything. There is no separation between ourselves and the material world. No separation between ourselves and other people. There is only love. In this state of unity, we are free from fear, anxiety, and suffering. We are at peace with ourselves and with the world around us. Merging with the divine is not something that happens to you. It is something that you choose to be every moment of your life. It is a way of living that is based on love, acceptance, and compassion. Now let's talk about how long it takes to attain spiritual enlightenment. There is no one answer to this question because everyone's path is different. Some people may attain spiritual enlightenment in a few years, while others may take many lifetimes. It all depends on your individual circumstances and the amount of effort you are willing to put in. However, I can say that it is well worth the effort. The peace, joy, and freedom that come with spiritual enlightenment are unlike anything else you can imagine. Now, some people think that spiritual enlightenment is a one-time event. They think that once you attain it, you have it forever. But actually, spiritual enlightenment is a gradual process. It is a process of continually returning to your true self and living a life of unconditional love and acceptance. It is a process that never ends. On your spiritual journey, you will face many challenges and obstacles. There will be times when you feel like giving up, but you must never give up. Keep going and keep believing in yourself. Remember that every challenge is an opportunity for growth and every obstacle is an opportunity for learning. Every challenge and obstacle makes you stronger and wiser. So, never be afraid of challenges. Embrace them and use them to accelerate your spiritual growth. So to sum it up, spiritual enlightenment is a gradual process of coming back to your true self and living a life of unconditional love and acceptance. It is a way of being in the world, not a destination you reach once and for all. It is a journey that never ends. On your journey towards spiritual enlightenment, you will face many challenges and obstacles, but you must never give up. Keep going and keep believing in yourself. Remember that every challenge is an opportunity for growth and every obstacle is an opportunity for learning. Finally, if this video resonated with you, please hit the like button, subscribe for more content on spiritual growth, and share it with someone who might benefit. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. I'd love to hear about your own journey. Thank you very much. Namaskar.